Hey guys, welcome to another WoW Weekly with Myst. And for this week's events, we have the third wing of the new raid on LFR mode will open up. This week's events, or this week's weekly, will be the Battlegrounds, and Darkmoon Fair will start up on Sunday. So as for goals, I am not going to be putting up goals for WoW for a bit. The biggest reason is because we're only a month away from Animal Crossing releasing, and I'm really hyped for that game, so I plan on playing quite a bit of it when it releases. I think right now is a great time for it because lately I have had no ambition to do mythics. I've had no ambition to do the raids. I barely want to do my mount runs, which has always been the thing I love doing. So, and the dailies, I'm already bored of that. And I don't like the corruption system. And yeah, I'm not impressed with the 8.3. And so I think it's a great time to kind of sidetrack to another game before Shadowlands releases, and so this gives me time. Unfortunately we're going after a Brutosaur mount, so I think we're pretty much going to be purchasing that, but because I don't know how much time will get put into farming gold, but we'll see. But so when I say purchase, I mean like tokens. And yeah, but I still plan on raising as much gold in game as possible prior to that, so that I'm not having to buy too many tokens for it. But I think nonetheless it's a great time to sidetrack, because when Shadowlands releases, even though I'm not totally hyped for Shadowlands, just because I think BFA was just the beginning of a lot of very serious fuck-ups, and I just have no faith in Blizzard when it comes to WoW anymore. I think Shadowlands is gonna be horrifying. But I'm an addict of WoW, and I must watch this horrifying gameplay in action, right? So yeah, and yeah, so that's it for the weekly events and my goals and my progression. I'm still working on the rep out in Uldum and Vale. I spend more time out in Uldum than I do Vale. I seem to prefer the dailies in Uldum. So in last week's video, at the end of the video, I had put down that I've raised 1,116,666 gold towards the Brutosaur. We are actually lower than that, but not by a much. My ending gold for this week is 1,091,267. So that means we lost 25,399 gold. Honestly, that's not a bad hit, considering I've been spending some gold this week. Nothing major, but I did buy an unclaimed black market container for roughly 80,000 gold. I run the guild, so all my repairs are out of my pocket because I fund the guild. I think that's all I bought. But yeah, those two things factor in, so really I don't see that as a huge loss. And because I've spent more this week than we lost, which means we must have been ahead at some point. So yeah, not bad at all. I can easily get 25k. 25k is not hard to come by, so I can definitely get us back up to what we were at. And I still got stuff I'm selling on the auction house, which is probably why we're ahead, because I've been doing good with potions lately. And yeah, that's basically all that's been selling. The auction house has been really tough lately. I feel like the minute I post something, I'm being undercut. It's not long before I get undercut by someone. And so it's been kind of tough to sell stuff, and I've been impressed with even the little bit I've made here and there, just because I'm always getting undercut. And I'm not going to sit there and eyeball the auction house. Like, I got other things to do. So that's my progress. Still working on the rep over in Aldham and the Vale. I am so bored of the Vale quests that I'm ahead more over on Aldham side, because I prefer to do the Aldham dailies than the Vale. That's all for the weekly events and stuff. And, well, we have no goals, but my progression. So let's get over to the news. Okay, so for news, there's been some news on the visions. I'm going to go over my favorite change of all, and that is the Vessel of Horrific Visions currency. That now doesn't have a cap of 5, which is amazing. I've been holding on to 5, and I've been basically avoiding anything that gives me currency because it would be a waste since I couldn't hold on to more than 5. So I am happy to see that cap has been removed and you can carry as much as you want now. And also, with that said, I think a big reason why they made that change is that the assaults and daily quests actually give you more visions now. And they've also increased the amount of torn pages for the Fear and Flesh quest items. And this will go into effect tomorrow. So this is a change that goes with maintenance tomorrow. Another piece of news that became public this week is the Diablo anime that's supposed to be going on Netflix. And there's also going to be an Overwatch cartoon. No word on when that's going to happen, but that is in the works. So if that interests you, keep your eye out on Diablo and Overwatch news or Netflix news. I do know that there's been rumors of a Diablo series for a couple of years at least now. And so that one may arrive sooner than the Overwatch one. I think the Overwatch cartoon's a cool idea. I've always felt like Overwatch was cartoony anyway. I think the Diablo anime will do good as long as they make it a very dark anime. That's my opinion anyway. I think Diablo needs to be dark. And if it isn't, I don't think it will succeed. And the last piece of WoW news has to do with the Shadowlands alpha. You may have heard over the past few days some hype going around. That's because Blizzard shipped the first Shadowlands alpha build. So the Battle.net app was updated to support that. Other than that, there really is no info. I personally don't believe that's enough to get hyped over, but, everyone else seems to be pretty hyped. But, I'm an oddball. I need a lot to get hyped. I need some serious info, and that just tells me nothing, to be honest. The fact that they just shipped the build doesn't tell me anything. I need more info than that, to be perfectly honest. So I don't see it as some hype, but maybe you guys will. And yeah, if it's anything like BFA, we could see the alpha soon. Because if I remember right, BFA was actually in testing mode for like half a year. kind of amazing that they didn't fix those issues, but we definitely were in testing mode for quite a while with BFA. So we could definitely have it soon. And especially with the dullness of 8.3, I guess at least we'd have some stuff to test, assuming you get in. And yeah, so take it as you will, I guess. Be hyped, don't be hyped, whatever. Definitely make sure that you have signed up for the alpha, though. If you're not sure how to do that, all you do is just go over to your Battle.net app, get to the Shadowlands site, and you'll see the opt-in, and just click opt-in and you're done. If you did that at BlizzCon, they'll still be enabled. I didn't have to opt back in. I had done it when I was still technically in Anaheim. I was pretty hyped. See, that was hype because, that was the reveal. But yeah, so I had opted in back then. And and that's pretty much it for that. So with that said, we could have it next week, but I'm doubting it. Like, it's possible, but I personally believe it'll be more mid-March that we would have it. So that is all the WoW news I have for you. I do have one more piece of news. However, I don't know a whole lot of people other than myself that are hyped for this, but I just thought I'd throw it out there just in case some of you viewers of mine maybe secretly have some hype for this. It's not a Blizzard thing, so it's kind of the oddball gaming thing, but I did find out earlier this week that the new Baldur's Gate is going to have a gameplay reveal at PAX East, which will be, the reveal will be on the 27th, so that'll be this Thursday. And yeah, so I'm hyped for that because I love Baldur's Gate and I love that they're doing a new one, and we haven't really heard much lately on it. I think the last time we really got any news on it was in June at E3. And yeah, so it'll be cool to see some gameplay of it, and maybe shortly after that, an estimated release date. So I'm looking forward to that, and if that's your kind of game, maybe that news will interest you. They would have that showing anywhere where you can stream PAX East. There's going to be a Q&A, and it's going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern time. And that's all the news I have for you guys for this week. So since you've basically been watching me do the love is in the air throughout this entire video, I regret to inform you that Year 6 was not a success. I cannot believe I've been trying out for this mount for 6 fucking years. But yeah, Year 6 was a failure. So we shall try again on Year 7. God, my luck is horrible. I've been farming this mount ever since they brought it out. It's crazy that I don't have it yet. But hopefully we'll have it next year. So yeah, that was one of our goals, and that was a failure. So I hope you enjoyed this week's WoW Weekly with Myst, and we'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.